Did you know there's an angel in the Bible whose story is shrouded in mystery and barely spoken of? In this video, we'll uncover the hidden angel whose presence and actions have been overlooked for centuries. This is a secret that few know, but once revealed, it will deepen your understanding of the spiritual realm and the role angels play in our lives. As you watch, you'll discover how this mysterious angel's actions provide profound lessons about God's protection, guidance, and divine intervention. Have you ever wondered how much heavenly influence is at work behind the scenes of our lives? This story will leave you questioning what you've missed in your spiritual journey. Before we dive into this incredible mystery, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps spread this revelation to others who need to hear about this hidden truth. Let's uncover the secrets together. Angels in the Bible are divine beings created by God to serve specific purposes. They are often seen as messengers, bringing God's words and guidance to humanity. Throughout the Scriptures, angels play important roles in delivering prophecies, offering comfort, and protecting individuals or nations. For example, the angel Gabriel is well known for delivering messages to Mary and Zechariah, foretelling the births of Jesus and John the Baptist. Angels also serve as protectors, as seen in the story of Daniel, where an angel saved him from the lion's den. The word angel itself comes from the Greek word angelos, meaning messenger. In both the Old and New Testaments, angels are portrayed as powerful spiritual beings, but they are not to be worshipped. Instead, they point people toward God's will. They act as agents of God's plan, carrying out His commands in the world. From providing guidance to warning people of danger, angels are always at work in fulfilling God's divine purposes. Angels are often described in awe-inspiring terms, such as being surrounded by light, having wings, or being so powerful that they can strike fear into human hearts. In fact, many times in the Bible, the first words angels speak are, "Do not be afraid," to calm those they visit. Despite their majestic and sometimes terrifying appearance, angels are beings of compassion and grace, acting in God's service to help humanity. But while many angels are well known and their stories are shared widely, there is one angel in the Bible who remains much more mysterious. This angel is not mentioned as frequently, and the details surrounding him are not as clear. In fact, he is often hidden in plain sight, only appearing briefly in certain stories. This angel's presence raises many questions and invites deeper reflection on the mysteries of God's work in the world. One example of this mysterious angel appears in the story of Jacob wrestling with an angel in Genesis 32. Though the angel's identity is never fully revealed, it is clear that this encounter has a deep spiritual significance for Jacob. This angel, like others in the Bible, serves a purpose that goes beyond just delivering a message. He plays a key role in transforming Jacob's character and deepening his relationship with God. Today, we will explore this hidden angel and dive into what his presence in the Bible reveals about God's work and His mysterious ways. Through this angel's brief but impactful appearances, we'll gain insight into how God uses even the most subtle of messengers to accomplish His will and teach us lessons that still resonate today. In the Bible, there is an angel that is often referred to as the angel of the Lord or the angel of YHWH. This angel appears in several places in the Scriptures, but his identity and role remain somewhat mysterious. Unlike other angels, who are often named, this angel is sometimes described as God Himself, or as God's representative. The presence of this angel is significant, yet the details of who he is and what he represents are not always clear. One of the most famous appearances of this angel occurs in Genesis 32 verses 22 to 32, when Jacob wrestles with an angel. During the night, Jacob is alone, and a mysterious figure approaches him. They struggle until daybreak, and at the end of the fight, the angel blesses Jacob and gives him a new name, Israel. In this passage, the angel's identity is not fully revealed, leaving many questions. Some scholars believe this angel could be a manifestation of God Himself, while others see it as a powerful messenger sent by God. Regardless, the encounter deeply impacts Jacob and changes the course of his life. Another significant mention of this hidden angel is in the book of Exodus, when the angel of the Lord appears in the burning bush to speak to Moses, Exodus 3. Again, the angel is not named directly, and God speaks to Moses through the angel's presence. The angel's role here is to deliver God's command to Moses, yet God is still seen as the ultimate speaker. This passage hints at the mysterious nature of this angel, who seems to act as both a messenger and a direct representative of God. In the book of Judges, we find another instance where this angel appears in a crucial moment of Israel's history. In Judges 6 verses 11 to 24, the angel of the Lord appears to Gideon and calls him to lead Israel against the Midianites. Like other instances, the angel's identity is not clearly explained, and Gideon himself wonders whether he is truly speaking to an angel or to God. The angel gives Gideon reassurance, and later, Gideon builds an altar to honor the angel of the Lord. This moment highlights how the angel's appearance is not just a messenger's visit, but an act that often leads to significant changes in the lives of those involved. There are other subtle references to the angel of the Lord throughout the Bible. For instance, in Zechariah 3 verses 1 to 10, this mysterious angel stands before God and advocates for Joshua, the high priest, showing a role of both intercession and protection. In each of these encounters, the angel is central to the unfolding of God's plan but remains a figure of mystery, often leaving readers with more questions than answers. The repeated appearances of the angel of the Lord suggest that this angel is more than just a typical messenger. His role in critical moments of Israel's history points to a deeper connection between him and God. Whether as an embodiment of God's presence or as a distinct messenger, this angel stands apart from others in the Bible, leaving us with a sense of awe and curiosity about who he truly is. The mysterious angel in the Bible plays an important spiritual role that reveals key aspects of God's character and plan for humanity. This angel is often seen as a direct representation of God's presence, acting as a bridge between the divine and the human world. In many cases, the angel's appearance marks significant moments in the Bible, such as the calling of Moses, the transformation of Jacob, and the encouragement of Gideon. These encounters show that this angel's role goes beyond just delivering messages. He brings about change and guides people toward fulfilling God's purpose. The presence of this angel also highlights God's desire for intimate interaction with his people. Unlike other angels, who often deliver messages and leave, the angel of the Lord often engages in personal conversations, offering guidance, blessings, and even challenges. This suggests that God is not distant but actively involved in the lives of his followers. The angel's role as a divine messenger emphasizes the importance of listening to God's voice and trusting in his plans, even when they seem mysterious or difficult to understand. One of the key lessons that this angel teaches is transformation. When Jacob wrestles with the angel, he is not just physically changed, he is spiritually transformed. He goes from being a man who deceived others to someone who becomes a leader and father of nations. The angel's role in this transformation reveals that God often works in ways that challenge our comfort zones and bring us into deeper relationship with him. This theme of transformation can also be seen in the way Gideon is called to rise above his doubts and fears to lead Israel, empowered by the angel's presence. Theologically, many scholars believe that the angel of the Lord is a Christophany, meaning an appearance of Christ before his incarnation. This interpretation suggests that the angel is not merely a created being but a divine figure who represents God's will and speaks with God's authority. This understanding makes the angel's interactions even more significant, as they provide a glimpse into the nature of Christ, who would later come to earth in human form. The angel's presence thus becomes a powerful symbol of God's revelation to humanity. Some theologians also see this angel as a symbol of God's protection and care for his people. In moments of crisis or uncertainty, the appearance of this angel brings reassurance, just as God's presence offers comfort and security. Whether it is guiding a leader like Moses, protecting Israel from their enemies, or encouraging a doubtful servant like Gideon, the angel embodies God's protective nature. This symbolizes how God is always near, offering help and strength when his people are in need. In addition to protection, the angel also represents God's authority and sovereignty. When the angel of the Lord speaks, it is not just a message of advice, it is a command that must be followed. This reinforces the idea that God's will is supreme and must be obeyed, even when we do not fully understand the reasons behind it. The presence of this angel teaches us to trust in God's wisdom, knowing that his plans are always good, even when they seem unclear or hidden from view. Through these encounters, the angel encourages us to walk in faith, trusting that God's purpose will always prevail. The appearance of this mysterious angel, though not fully explained, is an essential part of God's larger plan for humanity. In the Bible, we see that the angel of the Lord often appears at pivotal moments in Israel's history. These encounters are not random. They are part of a bigger divine purpose. Whether it is guiding leaders like Moses, encouraging warriors like Gideon, or transforming individuals like Jacob, the angel's presence highlights that God is actively involved in human history. Every time this angel appears, it signals that God is doing something important, working to fulfill his promises and shape the future of his people. The mysterious nature of the angel invites us to reflect on how God works in our own lives. While we may not always see God's plan clearly or understand why certain events happen, the presence of this angel reminds us that God is present, even in the unseen. The angel's role in these moments of transformation and guidance shows us that God's work is often subtle, and sometimes it takes time for us to fully grasp its significance. This can encourage believers to trust that, even when things feel uncertain or mysterious, God is still at work behind the scenes, fulfilling his purpose. One powerful lesson we can learn from this hidden angel is the importance of being open to God's presence, even when it feels hidden or unclear. Just as the angel's appearances often come in unexpected ways, God's interventions in our lives may not always be obvious. We might not hear God's voice in dramatic moments, but this angel reminds us that God is still speaking through the subtle ways he moves in our lives. Sometimes, we need to be still and attentive to recognize that God is working, even in the quietest moments. This angel's mysterious role also teaches us about the nature of faith. Jacob's struggle with the angel was not just a physical battle, it was a test of his trust in God. By wrestling with the angel, Jacob learned to let go of his old ways and embrace a new identity and purpose. In the same way, the mysterious appearances of this angel challenge us to grow in faith, trusting that God's plan is unfolding, even if we do not fully understand it. The angel encourages us to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Another lesson we can learn is that God's involvement in our lives is not just about us. The angel's appearances often have broader implications for God's people as a whole. When the angel interacts with individuals like Moses or Gideon, their actions affect the destiny of entire nations. This teaches us that our obedience to God's will can have far-reaching consequences, and that our lives are part of a much bigger picture that God is orchestrating for his glory and the good of his people. Finally, the mystery surrounding this angel invites us to consider our own role in God's divine plan. Just as the angel was sent to help guide and direct others, God may be calling us to step into roles of leadership or service in ways that we don't fully understand. We may not always see the whole picture, but the hidden nature of this angel reminds us that God uses ordinary people to carry out his extraordinary purposes. By trusting in God's plan, we can be part of his work, just as the angel was, a messenger and agent of God's will in the world. In conclusion, we have explored the mysterious angel of the Lord, whose appearances in the Bible raise many questions about his true identity and purpose. This angel represents God's direct intervention in human history, appearing at key moments to guide, protect, and transform individuals. From Jacob's wrestling to the call of Moses, this angel's role goes beyond simply delivering messages. It involves shaping the course of history and the lives of those he encounters. His mysterious nature invites us to reflect on the ways God works in ways we may not fully understand. This hidden angel serves as a reminder that God's ways are not always clear to us. Just like in these biblical stories, God's plans may unfold in unexpected ways, and sometimes we need to trust even when we don't have all the answers. The presence of this angel encourages us to reflect on the mysteries of the Scriptures and consider how God is at work in our own lives. While some aspects of God's plan remain hidden, the angel's appearances show that God is always involved, guiding us in ways that may not always be visible at first. As we think about the mysterious nature of this angel, it encourages us to consider how many other mysteries lie within the pages of the Bible. There are countless moments where God's purpose is revealed in ways that are subtle and profound, and each of them offers opportunities to deepen our faith. This angel reminds us that God's truth is vast, and sometimes we must look beyond the surface to uncover deeper meanings that can strengthen our relationship with Him. So, how does this mystery impact you? Are you open to discovering the hidden messages in the Bible? How can these hidden truths challenge and deepen your faith? Take time to reflect on what God might be revealing to you through the stories of the Bible, especially those parts that seem mysterious or unclear. Embrace the journey of discovery and let it strengthen your trust in His divine plan. Before we close, I want to leave you with one final thought. How many other mysteries in the Bible are waiting to be discovered? This question invites us to explore the depths of God's Word and keep seeking His truth. As we continue this journey, we will find that the Bible is filled with layers of meaning, each offering us new insights and deeper understanding. If you found this video insightful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with others who might be interested in uncovering more hidden truths in the Scriptures. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and remember, the journey of discovering God's mysteries is never over.